storage space in the camera. So I'm just going to walk from the far side of the barn. I'm out of the barn. The barn's way back here. Outside of the barn, I'm going to walk from the outside of the barn over here. And I'm going to have to climb your fence, Debbie. I hope I don't rip my britches. And just walk through here. Look at your beautiful alfalfa blooming. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that stuff. There's tons of it. So I'm walking through the fence here and then up to the front. And we walked all the way around the house this way. Drove all the way around and then walked around as well. I hope that helps. Ciao for now. See you later. And all's well with the country. And then the fence, and then up to the flags. I'm actually standing in the barn here, and I'm just gonna give you a panorama of everything. There's the road. There's the road, and Harvey Pike. There's the other road, and then your neighbor, guy with a good garden, and there's, I can't see it in here, but right there's your stake. There's your corner post for the yard fence, the old barn, the pond, the house. But I'm standing in the barn. So if you had it laid out like we talked about with the office in the front, this is where you'd be approximately, and this would be the view from the house here out to the folding area right here, or from the office out, and you can see what's going on. You got a good view of the road coming this way if you got guests, and you got a view of your driveway and the gate and all that and whatnot. So you're good. In fact, you can see almost every square foot of the property from here, except what's hidden behind the outside of the house. Yep. Now here I am at the other corner. This is the far corner at some of the stalls, so you can see you're quite a bit farther away here. But I don't know what it's laid out for, but it looks to be like about 60 by 60 or so. And that's something you talked about with the sheds on the side, and that'd be fine. That'd be great. And it's good and flat here. I don't know what the elevation change is. It's very deceiving always, but I would say it's not more than a foot or so, maybe. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. 2 feet, maybe. But that would be easy to cut down a little bit or raise up a little bit with gravel. I'm sure Cole has talked to you all about that. No worries. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to go in the van entrance, which is here, and it's going to be a little bumpy, but it is a good gravel road. Okay, so the gate opens, the van entrance comes in, and if you were going to do any boarding or anything like that, like I know anything about horses, but if you're going to do any boarding or anything, this would definitely get you a separate entrance so that you wouldn't have people coming up to your house. And then of course you could come right out of the back of the parking lot where that car is, and right along here as well. But I'm just kind of piddling around now. We're behind your fence. Right, assuming you're going to put a fence right here. So we're behind the fence the whole time. I would just throw some gravel down on top of the grass right here. Don't dig out the topsoil, just throw the gravel on top of the grass. Listen to Uncle Brad. And then here you're at the barn. This quick. And there's the flag. There's the other flag. And there's no flag up here for some reason. In this corner, it probably got blown over. We got a lot of wind right now. And then here's the other flag. I hope this is being helpful. I'm trying for it to be. You can see the little flag there in the center of the screen and the house. And then you can drive around here. My gosh, you've got 100 and some feet to turn around here. Just gonna drive around, you know, just to show you how much room you've got. You know, you could do donuts with a tractor trailer back here, and then back around. You know, you could put a circular driveway around the whole blessed thing if you wanted, and then still you're still outside of your fence. And then you could cut, Debbie, you could personally cut naturally a nice little cut right here, and then come right into your driveway. And you know, you could drive your gator from here up to the barn for foaling or whatever. Okay, so anyway, so that's the story from Mundy's, and I hope this is helpful. I just reread your email, so I want to make sure that I have enough still photographs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture from here, which is this little spring house thing, where we talked about a logical place to put a yard fence up to from there back to here. So I'm going to take pictures at all 4 of these corners. So the first photograph is going to be here, and I'll do a couple details. The next photograph will be there, and then the next photographs will be at the stakes looking back to the back of the house here. Okay. All right, and so I'm going to walk this. Is what I'm going to do. I think that's best. Everything is so crunchy dry. Of course, no problems. I mean, you still got water in the pond to water the horses, and of course you have city water here. And Ronald, the home inspector guy I just met, he just said you got plenty of pressure way out here. You got plenty of pressure, so no worries with that. I just want to show you where you're at. Here's the backyard.